Hey, thanks so much for joining us here on 90s Plus on this Monday, January the 12th. I'm 90s Weather Impact Team Meteorologist Chris Bianchi, mixing up my days over here. But the overall story and the overall takeaway for this week's forecast, dry and mild, which is, hey, good news if you like that kind of pleasant weather for a jog, for a dog walk, things like that. Not so good news, though, for our friends in the mountains where we really do need more snow, and we're just not going to get much of that over the next 7 to 10 days. This is a time lapse from Akron earlier on today, and you see a bit of that high-level cloud cover. It is a nice view indeed there from northeastern Colorado and Akron there in Washington County. Copper Mountain, this is what it looks like right now, and it's pretty nice up there with all that snow they picked up last week, about 15 inches in Copper last week, but starting to melt off some of that snow. It's a bluebird day in the high country. Right now, 61 for us in the 9 News backyard. Very mild conditions, and it's going to stay that way for the next little while. Watching for maybe a cooler Friday, and that may lead into our upcoming Broncos home game. First Broncos home playoff game in a decade for us in Power Field at Mile High, coming up on Saturdays. The Broncos take on the Buffalo Bills. Still TBD on that time, but it does look like we'll be dealing with some maybe cooler weather than what we've had all season long. Sunlight radar imagery showing some high clouds streaming in from the north and the west, and those clouds still around for us as we get through the rest of the day today into tomorrow, and we'll keep those clouds around for tomorrow night and to Wednesday morning. As a cold front, a weak front will drop through, may lead to an isolated rain or snow shower for us, but for the most part, it'll stay dry. 60s, temperatures the story, 62 at DIA, 61 here at the 9 News backyard, 64 out in Burlington, 30s and 40s in the mountains. Tonight, we'll drop back to about freezing for us here in Denver. High pressure will stay close to us, if not continue to budge its way in our direction. And what that will mean is gradually warmer weather that we will briefly cool down later this week. Tomorrow, 62 for us here in Denver. Temperatures running about 15 degrees above average across most of the state for tomorrow. Winds not too much of a factor right now, but watch as we get into tomorrow night. Those winds will start to pick up for us in the foothills in particular. So that is certainly something we're keeping an eye on. Does not look like a major wind event, and fire danger won't be particularly high with our recent snow, but still some gusts in the 50-mile-an-hour range tomorrow night, and then by Wednesday morning we start to calm that on down. So a little bit of wind for us, nothing like what we've had over the what we had last month though. 50s, 60s next couple of days, 40s Friday and Saturday as we cool down behind a front, and that will bring us some cooler conditions for that Broncos game coming up on Saturday. It is a tricky forecast. Again, the exact time of the game still TBD, but we do have an area low pressure that's going to be just to our east, and that is going to determine how close that area low pressure gets and how it moves away from us. That's going to determine how cold it gets on Friday and Saturday. And so again, still a little bit to work through in terms of that forecast for us. Final thing though, snowpack only 62% of where it should be season date. And we need some snow bad in the mountains, and we just don't have much of that. No weather impact alert. I apologize for that graphic there. But overall takeaway here, folks, is it's going to be a dry, mild forecast. And that is not good news for our friends in the mountains where we really do need some of that snow. We just don't have any of it on the way for us over the next really foreseeable future here, folks. Next 7 to 10 days. Really no rain, no snow, just a maybe isolated shower or two tomorrow night, north and east of Denver. Otherwise here, folks, it is a dry forecast. So top line takeaways, dry, mild forecast. Will turn a little gusty tomorrow night, and then it does cool down Friday and Saturday. Still a little TBD on that forecast for the weekend, including that Bronco home game. More details on this coming up on 9 News at 6 o'clock, and Chief Meteorologist Kathy Samuel more at 3, 4, 5, 9, and 10 on the 9 News family networks as well. Once again, 9 News Weather Impact Team Meteorologist Chris Bianchi. Thanks for joining us here on 90s Plus. Have a great rest of your day.